Hello everyone, and welcome back to Grimm's Garage. Today we are looking at assortment of 4 MOTU figures, and that is because I've decided to stop waiting to get whole waves of certain figures. Plus, I'm getting odd figures from backlogs, so I've decided to just open 4 figures at a time in each episode. I don't know what I'm going to call this new series instead of waiting for a whole wave. But I will intentionally open 4 random figures, as long as they're MOTU related, just random 4 assortment. And today we've got 2 Origins, 1 Turtles of Grayskull, and 1 Revelations. Actually, my first Revelation. 2 old, 2 new. We're going to take a look at the packaging real quick, and then we will open them up and have a look at them more details. But before we get any further, please like and subscribe. You have no idea how much that helps a small channel like mine. Only 5% of my watchers are actually subscribed. And with that out of the way, let's take a look at Clamp Champ. New for 2021, so obviously I'm a couple of years behind. But he is looking gorgeous. They have updated his weapon. I know the button used to be red in the old one. There's something different about that, one way or another. Picture of the back. Ooh. Beautiful artwork. Pause wherever you need to on this Star Wars demonstration here. And Clamp Champ. Next up, we have Pighead, which, to be honest with you, will probably be my only figure I get from the Sunman series so far. I was never a fan of Sunman, which was a separate series developed by someone else, trying to inspire more ethnicity into action figure lines. And, yeah, it was pretty cool. I just personally don't like most of the characters, not because of ethnicity. I just got Clamp Champ. He rocks. But here's Sunman's Pighead, who's kind of like their Skeletor. And, yeah, I thought he looked pretty cool. Apparently, he's really rare to get originally. So this reissue has made a lot of people happy. But in my area, for some reason, he's a peg warmer. There's been like 5 of these sitting at my local Target, and I eventually grabbed one, and the other 4 are still sitting there. A month later, Turtles of Grayskull, Raphael. If you're not familiar with Turtles of Grayskull, it's just obviously a crossover of Masters of the Universe and Ninja Turtles, and I have to say it's quite fun and delightful. Some artwork here. This would be a little better. Take a pause. Ram Man there on the back packaging is the only one I'm missing from this series. Others will be opened in other videos. And we have Revelation Mossman. I've not gotten any of the Revelation figures so far. The few I've seen look a little ridiculous to me. I don't care for them. I enjoyed the series that it's based on, but the toys are not appealing to me. Pause on that. But, Mossman here, I think he's got it going on. This Mossman looks really nice. Yeah. I'll go into a little more in a moment once we get them out. So I'm going to take a pause for a second, get these guys out of the package. We'll have a little fun checking them out. And here we are. Sorry for that jostle. First off, first 3 figures come through usual part swappy instructions. Weirdly enough, though, my Pikman came with a Skeletor instruction instead of his matching figure instruction. Don't know what's up with that, if there was a mistake or they never printed one and said, throw something else in there. But yeah, Skeletor. They all come with their cool little comics. This is Clamp Champ's comic. These are so cool that they still include them, and they're... Pardon, I just had a shelf fall. They're still stitched like they were back in the day. It's really nice. Here's pig heads, which unfortunately it's damaged. They didn't cut it correctly. There was some extra paper sticking off the top, and it was stuck in a blister. These comics are nice little additions. And here's wraps from Turtles of Grayskull. They do the same thing. Even though it's a crossover, I think the Turtles of Grayskull is more on the MOTU side than it is Turtle side. In fact, I think is considered one of the MOTU lines, period. Not itself or a Turtle line. Anyway. Cool comics, figures, Clamp Champ. This guy's looking pretty cool. He does come with one extra swappable left hand and a swappable head. Here's his extra weapon. This is his alternate hand. The hand he came with was his open hand. I did put this grippy hand in here so he can hold his secondary clampy weapon. His armor does come off. Lots of usual gorgeous articulation. Way more than we had as children. He does come with an alternate head as well, which I'm going to put on there. This is more of a classic head. Here's more of a exaggerated superhero figure line head, but I think that looks really cool. And of course he has problems standing when he's holding this big weapon. It throws his weight off, but you can get it done. But speaking of that weapon, I'll put him right here, giving us a thumbs up. Differences between this and the original one. First off, the visually obvious is that this is just a push switch now, when it used to be a back and forth switch that was red or orange and matched the graspers. And the other difference is, click those back, push this button. Oh, well, it was a little lackluster. Push it soft. There we go. Push the button. It'll grasp onto a character, or whatever you choose. Oh, my finger was in the way. But that's all it does with this new one. You just load, lock, load, grasp. The older one had a slide switch, and you can actively, like, forward, close, back, open, close, open. So that's, I don't know. Tit for tat on that. Very cool overall. Next up, we've got Pighead in all his garish colors, which I think really adds to his appeal. Very garish. He's got it's kind of like a moss man or a beast man type flail. Got his own shield. The open hand on the left. And the same deluxe articulation. Does have a really nice cod piece. And of course his vest straps come off, just like everybody else's. I think those colors look pretty cool for him, at least. Next up, we've got Raphael of the Turtles of Grayskull, and obviously he is inspired by Ram Man, and I think that's very appropriate because he was the hard-headed one of the Turtles, willing to always go full bore into battle. And they have supersized his size. One's just a regular size, but really big, almost like a sword, while the other one is now like a gauntlet, which just press fits onto the fist there and works out pretty nice. All the armor comes off. You can take his belt off, shoulder pads, and his helmet. It's a regular buff turtle under there. Yeah, this Turtles of Grayskull line is super cool. I'm really loving this. And last but not least for today, we've got our Revelation series, Mossman. As stated before, I stayed away from the Revelation series. I like the media it's based on, but the figures I'm not impressed with. I kind of passed on them. Plus, I can't afford to collect everything. But I did see this Mossman at an Ollie's, which is a discount store. They sell stuff that's hasn't sold from other stores. So, yeah, he's about 2 years old for everybody else. New to me. And I gotta say, he's bringing up some nostalgia, but not of MOTU, of the Swamp Thing action figure line. That's really what I'm getting from this. His feet. This is really cool. Really, really cool. I mean, it's disappointing there's no weapons. No weapons. But that also adds in the fact that, yeah, he's more Swamp Thing. He doesn't need weapons. He morphs nature. Oh. Okay, now I've just caused an avalanche here. Anyway, he does come with 4 extra hands. The 2 he comes with are graspy, like he's holding a weapon that he does not come with, so that's confusing and disappointing. The other 4 are all different types of scary open hand, gonna get you type things. And technically there's kind of a 4th hand right here, which helps aid in the Swamp Thing effect. You can take a hand off, replace it with this growing vine tentacle thing, which looks cool. Maybe we could put some awesome dioramas together. You know, in Swamp Thing when he's reaching for the sunlight. Remember that? Yeah. Anyway, when he's got this on, this is hard to... oh, he's standing that way, but that looks ridiculous. I was going to say, it's hard to get him to pose with this accessory attached. It's very heavy. Yeah, it's just as heavy as almost the whole figure. So you almost have to just do a up in the air salute or find some type of way to wire support it. But it looks cool either way. So they tried. You'll just have to put some effort into that display of it. And with that, thank you for joining me today. I hope everybody's okay with the assortment of MOTU. I'm kind of thrilled by this. I don't want to wait to get the whole wave of something, so I'm going to intentionally mix up the line and do 4 random figures each episode. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you'll join me again soon. You're all so much appreciated. I hope you all have a very good night.